I want to ask you, since you said the spirit was trapped in the spectrum, this light spectrum.
Right.
The lowest red, Roy G. Biv, and the highest violet. So it's trapped in that spectrum, and we can't see like ultraviolet or infrared.
Right.
And you talked about, you used the analogy of remote control with the TV,
Right.
and how it beams that light to the television, but we can't see it.
Right.
What I want to ask you, my brother, is just using experience as a teacher and to ask a question. When we look at somebody, they know we're looking at them because they look back.
Right.
What the fuck are we beaming them with, where they could be across the street? We look at them and out of nowhere, it could be 100 people on the street and they'll look directly at me because they know I'm looking at them.
Yes.
What the hell is going on, brother?
Let me tell you. That's some real shit.
Yeah, real shit.
In the fucking book Cyclomancy, this nigga talks about it. I can't remember if he gives the scientific name to the actual frequency, but they do define it as a frequency because he tells you that you will focus on your genitals, and as you inhale, pull from your genitals to your medulla oblongata. He said, feel the energy or just visualize the energy as you breathe and pull up here. He said, as soon as you open your eyes, have your intention while you're looking at whatever. I promise you, that shit worked. Nigga, I used to get on the goddamn train and just go to town. My whole thing was to try to make someone's nipples rise, or them fall asleep and their legs open. That I was always successful. I could tell you what color drawers. I'm coming home with a color every trip, because like it's a Metro card use that was well worth it, well worth the $4, because I could literally feel I would have to turn away, and he's given the scientific method for what they call the evil eye. There's people who say, "Oh, you gave me the evil eye." Somebody was looking at this and gave it the evil eye. But you can actually shoot energy from your eyes, because energy and all this shit is light. And we know in Science 101, they said that's how you're seeing everything, through different lights and different light contrasts. Those 7 light spectrum are those contrasts all working together into the matrix that you see. It's nothing that's going beyond ultraviolet and infrared within what you see. Everything is just a mix between red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That's the trap. That's the light prison or prism that you're in. Simple as that. The all-seeing eye, or the third eye, can see symbolically 350 degrees, 53 degrees of light that the eyeballs cannot. So when you're illuminating this, you're seeing spirits in a whole different hidden world. And you're not just seeing them visually, you're able to experience it, because through the pineal, it's like all 5 senses. In the pineal, you have 72 chakras, or the 72 conspirators of Set, or the 72 Goetia. I have a whole chapter just on 72 alone. But 5 times 72 is 360. So the illuminated 360, or the vessel of Solomon, or the ring of Solomon, which he controls the deities, are the 5-pointed star times 72. 5 times 72, 360. So the 72 out of your pineal is actually serving all 5 senses. So the 72 chakras are for seeing, hearing, touch, smell, taste, and 5 times 72 is 360, the illuminated man. So if I can feel spirits, there was times I could taste shit and tell what what to feed the spirit. We used to do that. I can tell now. Your mom's right now something with brown sugar. You need to do that right now. Just some donut or something. Not now, but hook her up. You know what I'm saying? Used to taste it because that from that Pioneer, something real sugary too, like glazed with some cinnamon shit on it, like one of them Cinnabuns. Y'all have those out there in New York?
Yeah, you know we got them shits.
Yeah. I know they're in the South. The motherfucking, I wouldn't even eat that shit, and I don't have that.
You know what's funny you said that? Them glazed donuts was a shit back in the day from Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kremes, okay, that's what it is then. Get us some of those. I can see that. Your Pineal will tell you taste information here. So that's the illuminated 72. And that 72 and that 5 pointed stars is fucking what Baphomet means. Baphomet is done more than the fucking illuminated pineal. It's so stupid to even have an argument about it. And it's so stupid to think someone needs to defend that shit. It's like me defending fucking my reading glasses. What, nigga? This is the science. Like, they have a use. You either use them or you don't. You either need it or you don't. If you ain't doing the occult, you don't need that shit. It means nothing. It's just a goat that has a symbol that's just going to make you upset. But if you're doing the occult, that shit is about Kundalini, pineal, illumination, androgyny, as above, so below, alchemy. What do you name it? It's Pan. You know what I'm saying? It's everything I just said with the 5 and the pineal and all the rest of that shit. So I need it because I do this work. But I don't need to defend it because it is just like my glasses in this work. You can use them and you don't use them. I'm gonna get there regardless. So it's nothing to be defended. This idea is because we want to religify everything, and we first really need to understand the occult can't be religified. Its very definition is, once you come to religion and say this is what religion is, then the occult, then you would have to say, well, what's the hidden behind that? Then what's the hidden behind that? So no matter what subject you think you could possibly say it is, as soon as you go, what's the hidden behind that, is the fact that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. The hidden behind that is what you're supposed to be doing. Therefore, it can't be bound to no religion. So whatever you're going to call it, you're going to say, well, this is the occult reason behind it. So you're trying to go with the cause here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to demystify it as hard as I could. You're trying to go with the cause here. Most of us are reacting to the effect. So if Trayvon Martin gets killed, that's an effect. If a cop beats another motherfucker's ass, that's an effect. If niggas ain't got no economy, that's an effect. If Trump do this, that's an effect. That's not a cause. So we're moving on. We're reactionary niggas. No matter how deep we say Hotep, we're having reactions. The occult is trying to say we want to control the cause. Right. Therefore, and the cause we understand to be invisible in its nature. Therefore, we must address it with what looks invisible to the earth, but very visible in the mind. You get what I'm saying? Very visible. So it looks like you're just doing this and that and this, but it's symbolic of where you're directing your fucking mind to deal with the invisible. So you got these, let me not resort to name calling. You got guys who just don't understand the concept, and then, they'll make that statement where your mind's on Saturn, your mind's on this, your mind's on that. And then in the next breath say, but we gods. Well, if we gods, didn't you make Saturn? And shouldn't your mind be on that shit as well? Or you saying you can't keep your mind on both? Well, leave it to the advanced God who could. Because my shit is on this and is on that. And on this, I know this is done. And it's not like I'm really trying to go to Saturn to turn up neither. All that shit is done. We're trying to get beyond this realm. And even if you don't believe in that, you got to, there's, what else is working? What else is working? It's the same old shit. Niggas don't know what. Complaining about they doing this, they doing that, and they making me wear a mask. No control.
Hey, Penny.
Yes.
What when I listen to lectures from the brother Bobby, old lectures with him and Clemson Brown, I mean, they put together some classic lectures. He
Right.
talked about how you mentioned Sirius and the importance of Sirius.
Mm.
And he talked about how Set is the oldest deity known to man, and how Set represented Soot, represented Sirius, representing the dragon constellation. And that when the dynastic Egyptians came around, they erased what was going on with the pre-dynastic, the Typhonian Egyptians. What I want to know is and they made Osiris the main deity. First it was Set, but the Set got turned evil by the dynastic priests, and then Osiris came the main deity. So now we Kemetic priests, we Kemetic scholars, and everything is Osiris, and Set is the bad guy because we don't know the pre-dynastic era. What beef did why did the dynastic Egyptians have so much beef with Set in the pre-dynastic Egyptians? What was so bad about that teaching?
Excellent question, but you got to think of the mentality different.
Yes.
Like they were going deeper in the fall. This wasn't all of a sudden, we wasn't just chilling, white people came and then we were fucked up. We were on a long fall. Just landing here was the beginning of us declining. That's the nature of it. We have to, and Bobby also talked about this, we have to go to the putrid state, the dry bones, before there's a rise. So early on, we retain more of our ancient mind. As we went down, you had just that 1% like you have now who are conscious. So think of us, think of me and you right now, and we know that Run DMC is the truth. But in the South, you hear what music is popping right now. So how do we, as responsible priests, retain the old rap shit so when the story is told, someone smart like Bobby, like Panic, could understand that Set is your friend beyond just the devil. See, because remember, it's not just that Bobby told that story. He also told you that Set was your friend. So this was encoded by the priest for a later day. So what I'm telling you, it was encoded by us, Bobby, myself, to come back later to reveal it because we were falling down. Even Dr. Africa told you they didn't start writing on shit to the 17th dynasty. That's when everybody started writing on shit because they knew they were going down. So what you had is fad trying to keep the shit fat out. You seen it in your lifetime. Moses was the man in the old Bible. He was the one that he took his people home. Then he gave it away to Yahshua. But they just made it this guy Joshua, but Yahshua is Jesus. They was calling Yahshua Jesus all through Passion of the Christ. So Moses gave way to Yahshua. So in other words, the Savior used to be Moses of the people. Then Christ became the Savior. And then after that, Muhammad became the Savior. And to the Muslims, Jesus is just another priest. So for something new to happen, they always overthrow the old guys. And if the priests are smart, they usually make the old guy the bad guy. So he has some role. Bobby used to always point out that even in Christianity, you only see the